Dr. Mahnoor Irshad, currently working as a final year resident in Services Institute of Medical Sciences, Lahore, and I am really glad to be a part of this Silver Jubilee Conference of Psychiatry arranged by the Pakistan Psychiatric Society. Today, I'll be talking about a clinical audit done by us in our department that talks about the monitoring of physical health parameters for inpatients receiving antipsychotic therapy. So we all know about the metabolic complications associated with the use of antipsychotic therapy in patients taking antipsychotics. And this is what our today's topic is about. The clinical audit done was highlighting specifically the physical health monitoring of the patients. It didn't talk about the lab investigations that are done, because what we came to know was that lab investigations were routinely being performed as a part of the baseline investigations in our department, but certain areas were lacking in the physical health monitoring of the patients. So we worked according to the NICE guidelines, and according to the NICE guidelines, before starting any antipsychotic medication, following baseline investigations must be done. And the three parameters that I've highlighted are those that we will be talking about in our clinical audit, which are the weight, waist circumference, pulse, and blood pressure, preceded by the other lab investigations and obviously the ECG. After starting, during the treatment, and especially during the phase where the dose is being titrated, monitoring is equally important. So according to NICE, weight should be done weekly for the first 6 weeks, then at the 12 weeks, then 1 year, and then annually every year on the follow-ups, regular checkups. And the waist circumference should be done annually, and pulse and blood pressure should be done at 12 weeks and on annually on the regular follow-ups. So what are we trying to prevent? Basically, we are trying to prevent the metabolic syndrome. And this slide is highlighting what a metabolic syndrome looks like. So now if I specifically move forward to the clinical audit part. So this is the part that requires special importance. We worked according to this audit cycle. So how does an audit cycle work? First of all, we have to identify the standards. So we identify the standards, we collect data on our current practices that are happening at the current study setting, and then we compare these practices to the standards, and then we plan the necessary changes that should be done. We implement these changes, and then we do a re-audit cycle. So there were several audits that were carried out in our department, and this was one of them. So if we talk about the aims and objectives of our clinical audit, they were to assess if physical parameters of blood pressure and pulse, weight, and waist circumference were being recorded in our inpatients who were on antipsychotic therapy or not, and to devise strategies to apply the international standards, which are the NICE guidelines that we recently talked about, and to do a follow-up after a set duration of time, that was 3 months. So we have already talked about the NICE guidelines that before starting antipsychotic medication and during the titration phase, monitoring of these physical health parameters is very important, and aforementioned parameters should be monitored regularly and systematically throughout the treatment. So our study setting was the Inpatient Psychiatry Department of Services Hospital, Lahore. And we took retrospective data. We collected that data from the files. We took out the records from the nursing staff of the patients who were on antipsychotic medication and were admitted in our hospital during the last 6 months. And this was done in the year of 2000, end of 2022 and the start of 2023. So the retrospective data of 6 months was gathered, and we tried to find out whether the monitoring and documentation of these mentioned physical parameters was done on the files or not. Then we introduced the implementation strategies in the department among the doctors and the nursing staff, and re-audit cycle after 3 months was done. So audit results were very surprising. with BP and pulse being monitored 100% in every patient. And when we check the waist circumference, literally, unfortunately, there was not a single patient whose waist circumference was being checked by the doctors. Maybe because of the importance that is not given to the waist circumference by us doctors and the residents, and the importance that it requires was taught to the doctors during the implementation strategy. And the monitoring of weight had similar trends. Only 4% files revealed that weight was being monitored and mentioned routinely in the patients who were taking antipsychotic therapy. We delivered presentations on importance of monitoring of these parameters to postgraduate residents and nursing staffs. We took out pamphlets highlighting the metabolic syndrome and the monitoring schedules of these physical health parameters, and we displayed it in our MO rooms, we displayed it in our classroom, we displayed it on the nursing staff, so that these things should never be missed in any case. In any patient who is on antipsychotic therapy and is in currently our inpatient department. And sisters were also given special instructions regarding these. The placement of weight machine and measuring tapes on nursing station within the reach of the resident doctors as well was made sure, because at certain times doctors complained that since the nurses are not compliant, so they were unable to record and document the physical parameters in their files. So we placed the weight machines and the measuring tapes at such places where they were in the reach of resident doctors as well. So in case if they are missed by the nursing staff, resident doctors must do that. Repeated soft reminders to the doctors for documentations of these measurements in the assigned columns in the patient's history forms was also done. Okay, so after 3 months and repeated reminders, we did a re-audit cycle. And the re-audit cycle, since BP and pulse was being done already in all of the patients, so I have not emphasized on that over here. The two problematic areas were the measurement of the weight and the waist circumference. So these are the results being displayed, that within 3 months after the first audit cycle, in 42% of the patients, weight was being documented in the file, and regarding waist circumference, still the trend was low after 3 months, but it was very much better than before, where there were 100% result that no waist circumference was mentioned in any of the file. So after 3 months, 32% of the files revealed mentioning of waist circumference of such patients as well, which was an achievement for us at least. So what do we conclude from all of this discussion? We plan to do re-audits in the future to make sure if our implementation strategies are working, and if we have learned something from this audit, since learning is a continuous process and we need to monitor whether these physical parameters are being emphasized upon or not, and the monitoring of these physical parameters for patients on antipsychotics according to the standard guidelines is equally important as other laboratory investigations, because if we think about it, they can serve as an important tool in the initial screening regarding the metabolic syndrome, and if the physical parameters are deranged, they can give us a better insight into the patients who need further lab investigations for this purpose.